was, of course, buffed relatively recently. It is something that he absolutely loves playing, as we know. Will allow for a fair bit of repositioning and some defensive options here.
It's not going to be going for the Poppy. We've seen so many of these Lucian Nami teams utilize to dive squishy AD carries who aren't going to have that prio non-stop.
Liv Sandbox fans are out in force this evening. Unaware that Prince is here. And he's going to get exhausted and down very, very low. Vista is going to move on over. And Samdi just going to be out a heal. Whereas Exhaust and Ignite are now both on cooldown for the Liv Sandbox bottom lane. Seen this many times. Is Kyle going to get ignited as Samdi even finds the caustic spittle. Ignite ticking as Croco is now getting pressured out of his jungle. We've seen this play so many times as a safeguard comes in.
Down that big giant nose of his he's got. Okay, Runfleek over here again. Does have flash.
Let's see whether they can find this. The exhaust is going to come through. Acro Prison not going to quite land as now First Blood goes over to the Kog'Maw. It is a disaster here for Liv Sandbox in the bottom lane as Prince is desperately trying to hold on, but they will be able to take him down.
Great aggro juggling here by Vista to pull that one up. Croco's looking for this, will miss.
Yeah, but Tempest comes through, Cripple to slow him. As Croco is just waiting for his next Q. Will he be able to actually lock something down here as Samdi? Very, very low. Croco's threatening, lands the Q, secures it onto the Kog'Maw, flashes the Acathian. Surprise, no, it is actually going to go off as then the flash forward comes in and Vista picks up the Ignite kill.
You just don't know who's in that brush. You've got to expect all three were there. Really,
no, he knew he was there. He knew the Kog'Maw was there 100%.
Well, yeah, but there's three in there and you commit your ward there. You look for the hop over to get that extra damage through. But so, I mean, again, high risk, high reward, but he pays the price. He's got 6 now.
Yeah, Samdi taking a fair bit of damage here once you get through the shields as the Q is going to connect. There's a beautiful safeguard as well. And the Acathian surprise is actually for the Kog'Maw.
Thank you,
as it turns out,
for the taxi. Itemized on it, but not going to be the case this time.
It's often Blade that he picks up very early on. And we saw that Hannah decided that he didn't actually want a Mythic whatsoever. As now it's Dudu going for the dive, but he doesn't quite have the health bar for it. Allow him to get over that wall. Oh, Acro Prison comes down again. There's the tidal wave as Vista has to wild growth himself, but the relentless pursuit is there from Prince. The cute little snowman, and Vista actually keeping himself alive for such a long time. The help picks onto himself is going to keep the Lulu happy. He's moving very quickly as this Drake is on the minds of Liv Sandbox. Q doesn't quite find it. Nimbus Strike from OnFleek just to put the pressure onto Closer. Wanted to try and potentially get that package out if he could, but the rockets are starting to hurt.
Yeah, they really are.
All hitting, apart from that one, as I cast a curse immediately.
Unalive just trying to time out this package, force Closer to either retreat or engage. Then they can use this Emperor's Divide. Well, there it is.
He's going to use it to set up a wall. That is the best Taliyah impression I've seen a Corki make in my entire life. Loved it. That is going to get them what they wanted.
Yeah, if you're going to wait the package out, you have to at least be threatening the Drake at the same time as Croco!
Oh, kicked into a wave. That was very cute. But the Cyclone's going to be there. OnFleek looking for an option. As now Croco, can he find the next one? Prince, oh, looks for the culling. It's Vista that takes the majority of the shots as that was blind over the wall. Nice attempt there from Liv Sandbox as the Q barely misses. And in the meantime,
still, though, they should have enough time.
Yeah, they should be able to just take this. They're bursting it down. It's doing a lot of work as now Tidal Wave going to find Zero Joy as they slightly mistimed it. There's a package delivery as Dudu hits Meganar, but it's just going to mean he's a little bit bigger when he dies. Now this outer turret should be taken by Liv Sandbox. They sacrifice a Drake. Yes, they sacrifice Soul Point, but they should be able to take more off the back end of it as Cyclone comes in. Prince dashes out of the way. I believe that was an Acro Prison landing off screen as Dub dives forward, and they will be able to take this turret in the end. Q connects from Croco, who dives onto Vista and immediately gets out. It was all a bait play as they managed to crash this minion wave towards the turret, and Karis pays for it with his life. Very small one, but it is one nonetheless as Nah comes back. Dove throwing out the needlework as Dudu has a long way to run as the rest of Liv Sandbox are on their way down. Prince is going to find it there, and of course, there is no Nah, there is no Flash, and there is no hope. HarmonLife Esports, can they get themselves a Baron, though, is the question. Can they even kill Dudu? I guess is the other one, as, yeah, they can, because the turret
Dove has teleport, but I don't know if there's enough time for him to back and then teleport back in. They see this closer has rockets, and there's a tidal wave.
Tidal wave is going to come through. That is so much damage. Vista having to deal with it. Sandy now running to the back of the pit, but he's just going to get mown down. The Kog'Maw dies. It's a double kill. The Emperor's Divide comes in. A Cathian surprise steals the Baron for some weird reason, but they're all dead. And Liv Sandbox, they don't have Baron, but they have no enemies. That's a Valkyrie, though, as OnFleek going to find himself a Cyclone. Here's a tidal wave. It is going to zone everyone away, but it's a lot of knockups. Closer will be taken out. And Croco's decided that it's just not going to work, guys. His kick now on cooldown. They trade it for OnFleeks, but they managed to get the kill. And Closer is so important for this squad. 33 seconds on the Corki. He has teleport, but now he doesn't have Flash. And this is once again that sole opportunity probably taken away. Flash from Kyle, and he's still going to get hit by the drill. Wallop comes down as well as Croco looking for the backline, but Sandy immediately repositions with the Flash. The Q is going to be picked up, but Croco, he just can't do it. Dove going to get smacked down by OnFleek, who will lock up the kill here as Prince manages to find the kill in the backline, gets the double as Croco's ring around the Rosying right now, and he will be able to take himself a teleporter to get on out of there.
Crazy that Croco gets out here and that Prince is able to trade one back, but still the end of the day, oh, you are way mistimed with this one. Maybe they could stop them from getting out of here, though.
Well, he is going to be turned into a snowman, but let's see. Samdi not going to walk onto the package here, and it's going to be a beautiful stopwatch to make sure that the fadeaway does work out. There's the flash in, the Q connects, and Vista's not going to survive this time. It's a bit of yakety sax, but my goodness, is it fun. No, it almost didn't, as we're going to see a kill on a Dove on the bottom side. Another wave to come on in as the Aqua Prison's going to be there to speed up the Lee Sin. But Wild Growth comes out, and Kara's...
The longer this game goes, the more power Azir is going to have. But it still is going to be an execution-based game, as we're going to go and see what we missed here is, yeah, it's just a 3-man with lots of knockups and CCs, as when not quite immune enough.
Sometimes not immune enough, Wolf. That's how it works.
Wild Growth has to be committed here, but they survive.
There's always just fights, aren't there? It's just fights permanently. It's a Live Sandbox game. I think replays should almost be banned when it comes to Live Sandbox games.
60 seconds to go, though, on that objective you mentioned, as Prince looks for a potential pick here.
Yeah, as Culling comes down, and now Croco is going to find a lovely little kick into the wall there as Vista. Is he going to go down to this Lee Sin? The Wild Growth comes in. The wave going to come through. It looked like he was surfing it there for a second. That was so cool by Croco as Dove is just dashing underneath inhibitor turrets, and Live Sandbox have come alive.
They really have, and yeah, Dudu's going to get this turret at top side, but they're going to get it.
Congrats on the turret there, man.
nice job. He had teleport available, but obviously without an R-bar, isn't going to be able to turn this one around, and the Kog'Maw is just deleted.
16, these rockets.
They also have no idea where Croco is. He's just taking the long way around.
Well, he is also there's a huge Nara into the wall. That is a very dead Lucian, and he was stepped far too far forward. As OnFleek, going to be interrupted just so beautifully there. And the Lee Sin is still nowhere to be seen. But he can't see us either, remember?
I think he's in that brush, potentially. No. I guess he took the long way around, because he was seen for just a moment there. He's just so far away, and that's when they pull the trigger. Okay, he's finding his flank now.
Yeah, as Croco going to come around the side. Dove as well. I mean, this is a very dangerous Baron, no matter how you stop.
Dove's here, too.
Yeah, Croco, can he find the kick? He does. A special delivery there, as now Closer is just going to get scooped up, and it's Samdi that locks up the kill. They traded for the support, but I think you'll take that if you are Hanwha Life Esports. The Kog'Maw's also going to die, though. Looked like he was assassinated by a Nami, which is a very strange situation indeed. And there is the fight onto the Gwen. Not much of one, though. And there is no smites here. It's going to be a very interesting situation. All right, Spray's Bloom is going to spot. Oh, he just gets in, steals away Soul Point, and now it's the Thunderdome in here. The Safeguard as well. Right down that Pog vote right now, Wolf. Well, I guess they haven't won the game yet.
They haven't won the game yet, but he's definitely the front runner. As there's a teleport here from Closer, and Hanwha Life Esports are going to be pushed away, and now the Baron is in control of Live Sandbox, or rather, the Live Sandbox are in control of the Baron.
This was all planned from the very beginning.
They have a package here. Closer has really been, absent in some of these fights, but he's got the big tool now. As Croco bought so so much time here. Denied a Baron, stole a Drake. Here's the Nami denial.
Yeah, Tidal Wave is going to come through. Package just to get closer the heck out of dodge, as this is still likely to be a 50-50. It's stolen right back again. Oh my goodness, this game is just a pendulum. As Humble Life now have 5 alive with Baron.
And they're just going to push
This
down
could just
big.
be the end.
It will be, I think, because the death timers are so long. Prince is not up for 35. Closer does not have package here.
I'm really glad you didn't write down that Pog vote, Wolf.
Yeah, I know. I mean, until the Nexus falls in this
Unless
game, you
you
never know.
want to give it to OnFleek, who has had a really good game. As Humble Life Esports are going to be taking this inhibitor at least. Let's see what Kyle and Closer can actually do against this. There's no Tidal Wave. And look, not enough wave clear either, as Valkyrie did get a fair bit of value there. Karis down very, very low as Kyle needs to be respected, but now the Nexus is exposed. Closer looking for it, but he will not find it, and Humble Life Esports win Game 1.
This game was pretty crazy. Prince and Kyle did not have the greatest landing phase, but then Prince was getting solo picks. Dove and Dudu dueling nonstop on the side lane. It was ultimately a 33-kill game here. So over a kill a minute,
Yeah,
which is pretty rare for the LCK.
It was definitely just a lot of action throughout this entire game.
Yeah. I like this Viego pick a lot more because you're going to be hoping for longer fights here where Viego is hoping for that 1 kill with the Victor damage slowly ticking through. Then he gets a reset. Then Aphelios' ult puts everybody down at half health, and OnFleek then gets to have his pop-off moment.
Didn't work out that way. Let's see how it goes this time. All right. Humble Life Esports fans, a little bit louder this time around after a Game 1 victory. This farming situation, you can see Croco moving in to a potential dive location. It's more difficult to dive a Rakan, who's now just going to move up towards this wave.
Can he get the tongue lash? That minion is trolling him.
Yeah, but Croco's going to move in here. There's the flash out from Samdi as Vista's going to get knocked up. First blood goes over to the Poppy. And
Man,
he held on to it beautifully.
Why were people banning Lucian this whole time? It really is just all about the Poppy. He has to walk through those sand soldiers. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, well, there's a grand entrance. Ignite goes down. Okay, can we find it? The Gravitum does come on through here, as that is an Abyssal Dive, and Samdi is likely to be just dead, but no, the double battle dance is going to come through. Samdi eventually does fall down, is now OnFleek trying to come down here, but Croco once again in perfect position. Vista going to move out of the way. That is going to be the kill going over, as OnFleek falls down as well. Live Sandbox. Yeah, every Jinx player loves, you know, when they accidentally steal away a blue buffs. Now Kyle's chasing OnFleek.
Barrage!
Barrage comes in as well. Super Mega Death Rocket. And OnFleek just cannot do anything this game.
Unbelievable! I mean, this is too much for me to even, like, conceptualize how dominant this is being and how clearly crafted these strategies are. And Kyle is just not missing these dives. He just keeps hitting them time after time so consistently, and it's not over yet.
Yeah, well, the Poppycopter comes in, and Croco gets knocked up and sends them both back to Narnia through the wardrobe, and Prince is just going to cut down the house. Oh, man, this is just... I mean, we kind of saw it in the draft, but Liv Sandbox are just to walking in and just heroic charging a Rakan with Steadfast Presence, because he just cannot get out. As now Dove potentially getting dove. Croco lying in wait though. Karis is going to be here. OnFleek just puts down a Rift Herald. Vista's really dead straight away. And yep, Shelly is going to get some work done. And there are a lot of members of Humble Life in the area, but that is a Flash Emperor's Divide. And yeah, Victor, we know there's nothing he can do about that.
They got the plates though, Atlas.
Oh yeah, it's true. Sorry, I forgot. Oh, plate value.
Meanwhile, Prince is just going to get a whole turret.
Yeah.
A whole turret, the whole thing, not parts of it, not split gold. 610, just gonna pick it off the ground and shove it into Jinx's big pocket. I hope she's got big enough pockets for all the money that he's picking up this game.
As okay, OnFleek does manage to get some of his camp, as that's some flame chompers. Samdi has to walk on the wrong side, and then it gets even worse. Emperor's Divide comes down. Croco finds himself a heroic charge, and Super Mega Death Rocket will be the end of the Aphelios, and now there is much less damage to come through. Even Croco gets saved with the Devour. And Humble Life, they can't catch a break. There is nothing that they can do here.
And he has looked pretty above average on it, but, you know, I mean, when you do that, you open up the gangplank and you don't ban it. As here we go, Closer.
Yeah, Closer going to get on in there. SarmD is just in hell this game, 100%, but the Azir is at least going to be taken down. There's the quickness. The Chaos Storm is doing some work here as Kyle getting taken down low. Maybe this is the reset angle for OnFleek, who finds the Tongue Lash, and now abyssally dives towards Croco. Drill connects as the zap comes in. Prince is still alive. Super Mega Death Rocket does do a lot of damage here. Stun isn't going to land onto Croco, though. And Hanwha showing some signs of life.
Yeah, it's the angle there for OnFleek to get those resets, like you said. Lots of damage here. Yeah. Still available for Live Sandbox, not done yet.
Yep, Dove being boomeranged. Okay, the gravity field's going to come through here as now the flash comes in and Prince gets excited. Zap comes down. Goodbye, Rakan. Heroic charge to stop Dudu, and that is going to be another one getting the Jinx excited. My goodness. Prince just tidies up the entire team, and it will now just go over and take this Drake. Yep.
Speaking of...
Well, Croco is looking for Karras here on the backside. Heroic charge just to move him back towards these Flame Chompers, and Karras is going to go down. Prince picks up that kill as well. Chaos Storm doesn't really do too much, and to answer, no. Closer, throwing a few things around here as Karras. Quickness is going to come in there. That is not affected by a Steadfast Presence as Emperor's Divide hits 2. Doesn't find too much more. Karras, oh my goodness, he's so close to being just dead as Croco will find the buckler. He has to dive so far though, and I think he's still going to die. Quickness actually wasn't necessary before. Kyle's going to save Croco's life. Oh, it's just unfair. Hanwha can't do anything. As OnFleek's trying to get the stabs forward, but the teleport will come through. Dove turns up, and he's going to say, don't mind if I do, and shoots him in the back of the head. Decent little knock up as the Battle Dance will get the Rakan out of there. As Dudu turns into Mini-Gnar at exactly the wrong time. He can't ult. He does manage to kill the Poppy, though. As Dove setting up barrels, doesn't quite find Dudu with that one. As Closer, I believe, is taking the turret, but it doesn't matter. Emperor's Divide goes completely wide. But he's buying space. It was a zoning Emperor's Divide. Ultimate. Exactly. As now the quickness and grand entrance come through from Vista. Can they lock down any more kills? As Dudu does get a decent wallop, but Prince is still alive, everyone. And it may have looked close at the beginning, but it is not anymore. As goodbye OnFleek. Karras is now running for the hills, but even Prince knew that only one crit was enough to deal with more than a quarter of the health bar of that Victor. And these Nexus turrets are dead. We are going to go to a game 3, and that one was not even close.
Not even close. 24 minutes here. Just sub 25.
And not even remotely close to being an okay choice in Victor being picked up. So, yeah. Live Sandbox, as you can see, I mean, this goal graph is exactly a coach's dream right here. Just pretty linear, up and to the right. Love to see it. Bear is another option. They are going to lock it in. So Croco is going to be very aggressive in the jungle. And of course, you can bully Elise in the early stages of the game as this Volibear.
You can also bully Victor even harder when there's a Volibear around. And if you set up your wave really well, then
in game number 3. Okay, Live Sandbox fans. It's definitely very loud here at Low Park.
You should hear for Closer at the start.
Abyssal dive. There's no flash, remember. SarmD is going to throw down the heel, but there is nowhere to go. First blood goes to the Ezreal, and OnFleek just has to watch from the sidelines as his Kalista dies.
Quote, losing lane, the one that's going to struggle into Kalista Amumu potentially, is Croco's not done yet. He's got flash, mind you.
Yeah, Karras have to walk out of the way, but this was just Croco making his way up to this. Oh, okay, OnFleek going to kill a minion with his Sonic Wave. That feels bad. And Croco's going to be able to find a stun here. Looks for it. Press the attack working out here, but OnFleek's a level up. And Deathray's going to come in. The flash has to come out. The stun's beautiful, and the Abyssal dive says goodnight to OnFleek. Oh my goodness, the outplays there by Live Sandbox, and Kyle, just beautiful positioning. And in the meantime, Dudu has to get the heck away from Dove, who's having a great time on the Ornn. Okay. Bandage Toss, by the way. Pots in the chat, please.
Pots in the chat, indeed. This is going to be Prince's first-person view of this second time over here. Like you mentioned, no flash. I'm going to guarantee that he picks up the kill. Easy. Yeah, I'm going to carry.
That was all he needed.
And then Kael, who's just very quietly had on all of these Tahm Kench games this series, great Abyssals. And Krako's down at, like, I don't know, 20 health.
Just insane. And gets the smite and just goes back to jungling. Yeah, Vision's going to be there as immediately the Bandage Toss comes down, but the answering Abyssal Dive is real good. Kroko going very low. The exhaust may save him, but it doesn't actually, as now Sam D is just chasing after them. Q is going to land. On Fleek is so incredibly low, though, as Prince is going to flash, and the Abyssal Dive is going to complete. It's a 1-for-1 trade, though, and so probably still absolutely fine in the opinions of Home Alive.
Yeah. As no commitment just yet to this Herald from Live Sandbox. They committed the Tahm Kench, and now they're finally going to come over here because they have great tools in this early game to fight for Herald.
Yeah, Dudu has his Mega Gnar available, though, as the Rift Herald down to 2,000 health. Kroko is going to get in there. He does have ulti available as the wall-up comes on through. On Fleek secures this, but the Ram is going to come on down as well. It is going to get thrown back. True Shot Barrage is in there as well, as Kroko is going to get smacked right into the middle of Home Alive Esports. Fantastic kick from On Fleek, who's now fighting this fed Tahm Kench in the back of the pit. Vista was trying to be there for the safeguard, but he walks away right when it comes off cooldown. Oh, what a disaster.
They're going to teleport over here to try to defend Samdi's pressure bottom side here. Closer did not ult.
It's just fighting Dudu, but the Mega Gnar is going to be there as well. Wallop comes down. There should be a drill, as Bellows Breath does a fair bit of work here, as Drill is going to also connect, and both of these top laners just trading a whole bunch of damage.
I mean, he's got the better item, Dove does here, if he actually waits out this Gnar.
Yeah, there's the On-Horn, but he's just dead.
He does not get the second part of it. He played that last part.
Karras moves on over, or limps on in, as he is at 50% health as Kroko comes through, smites early, and that is going to be the Drake secured. Okay, Devour going to be used there as Empress Divide's fantastic. Picks up a double kill here for Prince, who's untouched in the backline. Even the Chaos is not doing anything to him as he picks up another kill there. Yeah. Come on over, might put it up here towards the top side as Drill comes down. There is a Gnar into the wall as Kroko is just running after Dudu. Smite did come on in there as the Ram is going to knock a few people up just defensively, as Live Sandbox do manage to retain control of their top side and now can move into the river.
Yeah, they will stop the Herald from getting dropped here, force a flash out of Dudu, and now On Fleek is running for the hills here. Meanwhile, you know, Ezreal's free farming mid. Closer's going to come down here to do the same.
Yeah.
And sitting happy right now as Live Sandbox, as they might even look for more here. Kroko stayed.
Yep, there's the Omewrecker onto the turret as Dudu's going to be exhausted. The flash from Kroko to try and confirm this. The hop comes out, though, as Dove is extraordinarily low. The Mega Gnar gives him so much of his health back as Kael. He's somehow here. He just abyssally dived over. Looks like an abyssal voyage he went so far, as that's a great knock-up from Dove. He gets devoured to make sure he survives, and even Prince is going to join the party. Double kill here for the Volibear, and they'll take the turret as well. Well, sometimes you get Tahm Kenched, right? As True Shot Barrage gets a fair bit of value here as Dove's just going to march on them. On Fleek taking so much damage here as Emperor's Divide pushes 3 back. Dove gets the knock-up as well as the Chaos Storm is in there. Dudu gets a huge Gnar into the wall as Prince gets walloped, but there is not enough follow-up. Karras now trying to stand his ground, but he has to break his stopwatch and he will just die as he comes out. On Fleek now trying to safeguard his way out, and the Arcane Shift, can he manage to get there? Oh, he doesn't want to risk it. I mean, honestly, everything is still absolutely fine, as Anathemas is going to come in from Kroko.
We haven't seen who he's put on yet, but I would assume it's on Karras. Okay, here we go. Kroko's running in.
Kroko diving forward. Vista in a lot of trouble. Fate's Call has to come through. He might burn to death while he's even in there, as there's a beautiful knock-up. Another Emperor's Divide from Closer. He did definitely learn from Faker, didn't he? As Samdi is also going to go down. Live Sandbox destroy the fight. And we'll take this Drake as well. That is Soul Point.
Something Happy Feet and Wombo combos. There's no Falco in this game, but I'm watching Sick engage from Croco, then they turn it back. Dove, as Hanwha Life Esports are running in to capitalize on this Volibear, who looks so foolish to charge forward like that. And we've got so much damage to put onto him. Then, bam!
As Live Sandbox will now just bear down on this inhibitor turret. Dudu looking for the Gnar. He is going to get it onto Closer, but Closer just stands his ground, doesn't care about it whatsoever. The Kalista is just going to be wiped from the floor. It's a great knock-up from Vista, but it's just too little, and it is too late. Karis goes down as well. It's a double kill for the Azir. I think he's earned the POG this time around, and Prince will tidy up the inhibitor, and they'll get to work on these Nexus turrets. I think this game is done and dusted. Live Sandbox with the reverse sweep, and they will also overtake Damwon Kia and move towards, I believe, 3rd or 4th place. 3rd place, is it? My goodness.
3rd
Live
place,
Sandbox.
yes.
Live Sandbox in 3rd place here in the summer season of LCK 2022. What a time to be alive.
5 and 2. They will move to, and Live Sandbox, sure, game 1.
Such is life. As Closer is going to do a heck of a lot of damage, but I mean, once again, I just want to say I'm sad about the whole Kalista situation because this is another example of her just not doing anything at all.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Susan for the POG interview translation, joined by the bottom duo of Live Sandbox, Kyle and Prince. You guys are now on a 4-match winning streak, and this is your 5th win of the split. How do you feel, Prince? So we were able to pick up wins where we thought we are supposed to win. So, I mean, there were a lot of ups and downs, but still, I'm happy that we were able to make it happen, but we're not going to be cocky, you know, we're going to always focus up in every matchup. And Prince, you are tied with so many great players on top of the POG standings right now. I mean, I am 1st place right now, but, you know, those 1st place players are really doing a great job together with their team, you know, but this, for me, I'm getting PO just because my team is helping me so much, so I don't think this is exactly the same. And Kyle, this is your 1st POG in your life. How do you feel? Yeah, this is my 1st POG ever since I had my debut in the LCK. I'm so happy. Are you nervous right now? Not really. Prince said he doesn't really look comfortable as well, though. But let's get back to the game number 1. And also, once again, congratulations on winning POGs. So, in game 2, we could see the fiery Live Sandbox after losing game number 1. You had 3 complete items at around 20-minute mark in the game. What happened? So I can't be too specific, but game number 1 didn't go well, so we were really angry, especially I was really angry going to game number 2, but my teammates were doing a great job in order to kind of help me cheer up, and I was able to perform better. Was Kyle one of them? Yeah, he's the one always covering my back, and also Croco, and also coaching staff. They're really good at, you know, kind of making me feel better. And your game 2 performance on Jinx was super exciting. When was the moment that you got the confidence you're gonna win the POG? I never thought of POG in the middle of the game, you know, but maybe after the game was over. Kyle, how was watching Prince performing so well on Jinx? I mean, game 2, we were like, this is 100% Live Sandbox victory because he was doing so well. Prince, you played Jinx for the first time in the summer split. This is not a top-tier champion right now at the meta. Tell me about that pick. I wanted to kind of round out the comp with that Jinx pick, and also this is a very good hyper late game carry pick, so we've been practicing Jinx starting from the scrims. Kai'Sa, Aphelios, Zeri, your champion pool, now added Jinx. Which one is the best pick for you? I kind of, Aphelios for sure was my comfort pick. So I want to say Aphelios. Kyle, you know, you are evolving every day during the summer split. Do you think you are showcasing your 100% potential right now? So to be honest, Spring Split was my debut split, so I was really nervous every time I was playing, you know. But moving into this summer split, you know, I got better game knowledge and I got a lot more comfortable on stage. Prince as well must have been helping you out a lot. Tell me about your teamwork with him. Well, go on. His carry potential, you know, his late game carries. And also, his laning is really strong too. Were you forcing him though? Not really. Because prior to this interview, I saw you kind of giving advices over to Kyle, even teaching him how to hold that mic. And Kyle, your performance on Tahm Kench was so on point. Tell me about your confidence in that pick. So when I'm playing with Prince and Tahm Kench, you know, in the laning phase, you know, our lane always goes like really good, sometimes even better. And also, if I just protect and save my AD carry, we just win the game. Kyle definitely taking that knight role, protecting the Prince on the side of Live Sandbox. And we had a perfect rotation from you, where you were able to save Volibear on the top lane. Tell me about that rotation. I just said nice after making that play, but I don't really remember that play exactly. So Amumu had the priority to rotate towards top, but I was also able to just like hit the knockup at the end of the range, so I got also lucky there. And also in game 3, you guys were able to get a first blood on the Kalista, and then Prince, you said I'm gonna carry for you guys. So tell me about that early kill together with Croco. I think Croco was able to kind of set up everything for me, and I was able to carry the late game. And even after losing game number 1, I was so mad. He was helping me to kind of hold my mentality straight. So I want to share my credit to Croco. So does Live Sandbox play around Prince, you know, trusting you guys, or are you the one asking for the covers? I mean, these days, my team just trusts me every time, which makes me perform better. And I think that's the power of Live Sandbox at the moment. Live Sandbox doesn't stop being romantic. You guys are now even being proactive and aggressive these days. Who is the centerpiece of that kind of vibe? Prince, and also Croco, and also other players too, maybe Dove. What about you, Prince? Of course me, to start off. And that's what the younger players are saying, so I guess that's true. Now, Live Sandbox, your next match will be up against Dongsin Red Force. What do you think about that match? I watched that match against KT Roaster yesterday, and it kind of shows that you never have to put your guards down against them. You know, I will do my best in that matchup as well. And Kyle, what about you? We're gonna do our best to prep that series, and as long as we keep our guards straight up, you know, we're gonna be able to pick up another victory. And Kyle, to celebrate your first ever POG interview, I'll give you a chance to just tell us anything you wanted to share on the stage. I wanna give a shout out over to Joker because he's been helping me out so much, and also Prince. Of course, he didn't nudge me. And this will be the end of the interview from the bottom duo of Live Sandbox, picking up the POG and back to the casters. Thank you.